It's all the same, man. Don't be
Is
mean
it
to
though?
me. It might be. I don't fucking know. I'm too stupid. Anyway. Welcome. That's my intro.
Oh,
That
that's
was
it? That's what you...
fantastic. That was fantastic.
This is episode 10 of the Kiln Podcast. And out of a request from one of our hosts, because he is a little shit, you know who you are, we are doing Ben 10 Aliens. 9x9. No, 3x3, sorry. God damn it.
So 10, we're doing 10.
Yeah, but it's like 9 characters each. It's funny, I like that fact. It's like, we don't get the 10th one, you get to choose our 10th one. Pick wisely. And the starting us off today is actually me. Ah,
You?
yeah, it's me.
You haven't been first. Have you been first before?
I have, but it's
Oh.
I'm the rarest when it comes to being
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
I'm the rarest, but I am first today. The randomizer has spoken, and here are my 10 beings, I think.
The 9.
Oh yeah, 9. I was also counting Caleb because he's right next to the worst, and I think that's funny because they look the same. Look.
So I'm the 10th alien.
Yeah, you're the 10th alien. Caleb is my 10th alien. But starting us off with number 9, doing our stupid S pattern. The worst.
He's the best.
He is the best. But his name is the worst. And Caleb, do you know his species name?
A Trojan.
A Trojan? Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Fun fact.
I'm gonna double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's a Trojan.
Honestly, I don't know what it is about this guy. Maybe because he's just a blob of... You just can't destroy it. He's
that's
just
right.
there. You just don't know what to do with this man. This is purely probably the most comic relief alien, but I love how it's used. There are a few other ones like Mole Stars, which is just hilarious. But nothing beats the worst. Simply because its name is literally just the worst. And yet, it hasn't really done much, but it's just, you can't do anything.
It's funny how, in my opinion, he's not even the worst alien.
It's
The
not.
worst alien's Walker Trout,
Probably, yeah.
which is fucking useless. It just slides around.
It's a
At least
fish
the worst
with
is, like,
legs.
immortal.
That's all it is. But you know, I don't know what else to say about the worst. It's just like a little shit.
He's fucking invincible.
Yeah, he is. There's also always like that female
Oh
Trojan,
yeah.
always like in the background.
Oh, I forgot her name. But yeah, she won the competition.
Oh yeah, she did win the
Wow.
competition for Ben. But
She's called something, but I can't remember her name.
it's essentially just that. It's like his skin is malleable. That it's just, yep, have fun trying to beat it. I think there are some things that can pierce the skin, but they only go in slightly.
I don't think I've. I mean, maybe there could be.
Like,
I haven't seen anything.
Honestly, I
actually.
just pulled up this page. It says
Scraping.
weaknesses. Although he is indestructible, the worst still feels pain. Sharpened tydonite
Yeah, that's a. But
can
that's a
possibly
very
break the worst skin.
That's sort of like it never happened, but it's
No.
what one of the writers or whatever said. So, could happen, could not happen.
There are also like extra things like rays and stuff like that can go through the skin and
Probably, yeah.
just hurt it.
Probably.
But like other than that,
But pretty much.
pretty much, I feel like this is one of the best ones if you're gonna be like if Ben will be like switching out. Like if he's gonna be punched in the face, he switches out to this and it's not gonna he'll feel a little bit, but it's like but it won't do as much damage to him as it
She
would.
worst. That's her name. She worst.
Is that literally just her name? She was.
think-
She doesn't
yeah.
have an actual name.
Yeah.
Anyway, if she worst and this is the worst, does that mean his name is the?
What?
His name is the.
You just... Lol.
I don't think it's her actual name. I just think it's what she's known known as.
Yeah, we never actually got the. She didn't talk at all.
Well, she did when she wanted to do it with Ben.
Oh yeah.
What?
Hush,
She won the
Alex.
competition.
She won the
She won the competition for Ben's love.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
She won. Out of all of them, she's the one who did it. Can you believe that? Can you bloody believe that? Ooh. I just don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
This is the worst. I think I have literally what we all put names down for all of these guys, all of Ben's aliens, and created our own names. And my version of the worst is just the best. That's just how I refer to it.
Did I put mine?
It's all in trash questions. In the cock lab.
What did I put?
What did Alex put down?
Yeah, I want to see this. Hang on.
Oh.
Honestly, hang on. Wait,
It's the second last
where
one,
is it?
Alex.
First
On
questions. Second last.
Chub. Chub. That's a good name, Chub.
Mine's a fucking what?
Good name, solid names, everybody. I think we can move on from
I
this
think my
one.
Walkatron name's the best though. A fucking fish.
It's just a fish. Yeah, I think we can move on. Like, you can't talk about the worst very much. It's just comic relief stupidity. There's nothing really important about the worst. It'd be more interesting if he saved the universe as the worst.
That'd be very funny.
Next is Phoenix Flower Jutsu, otherwise known as Swamp Fire. Like, obviously, like, when you get the second series of Ben 10, Alien Force, it was quite clear that, like, the swap of the 10 aliens, they were trying to switch it up, but also kind of create slight mirror images of previous aliens. And obviously this one was it's just if you mixed Wild Vine with Heat Blast. But ultimately, I think the first episode sells it the best to me, what Swamp Fire truly is. Like, when he gets shot and then he gets crushed and he just keeps coming back because he just is nature, partially, but with fireballs. Like, obviously, it's not the strongest flame ability, but I think I just like the uniqueness of the alien race that can just kind of be a plant. They just kind of if they get hit, it's like they can just regenerate slightly and stuff. Also, there's that extra stuff that happens in Omniverse with the blossoming, because he is a plant.
I think when he blossoms, I think at that point he, in my opinion, he becomes stronger than Heat Blast. His fire is not nearly as hot, but it's the combination of the fire, the plant control, as well as the fact his regeneration is fucking broken. He gets shot, he gets his arm cut off, he gets crushed.
Yeah.
And he's still fine.
This world's version of Piccolo. That's right.
Yeah, this is what I say. It's like a fucking Piccolo.
I'd argue he's even got better regeneration than Piccolo. No, I
Yeah,
wouldn't say
Piccolo does seem to have a limit.
But his regeneration, I think, is better. Because he's broken. And when he transforms into Swamp Fire in that episode, I think it also... It gave me the vibe that, okay, these aliens are slightly stronger. Or have got slightly... Yeah, they're slightly stronger than some of Ben's other aliens. Not that his other aliens weren't fucking OP, and some of them are stronger than Alien Force.
Well, obviously at this time, like, the writers and the creators had more time to think, and they had known what they were kind of doing at that point, so they were able to make, like, stronger aliens, especially with Humongosaur just being the most obvious one of that.
Yeah.
Like how that is essentially stronger forearms. Or even like with Jet Ray, who I think, would that be Accelerate? Because they feel very similar with the whole dinosaur speed vibe.
Jet Rays, other than the old... When I say... Okay, clarification. Whenever I say the alien is the strongest, this is automatically excluding Alien X.
Yes.
Jet Ray is the fastest alien, because he literally went light speed. Whereas Accelerator hasn't done that, as far as I remember. But yeah, no, he's gone FTL, faster than light, so he is the fastest.
Yeah, and obviously there were other ones like Big Chill and Ghost Freak. Echo was Ditto's replacement, I guess.
Yeah.
Obviously Grey Matter and Brainstorm. And there's a few other ones mixed in. Chromostone Dunted as well. Yeah. Well, Swampfire. He go pew pew. I don't know. Part of me likes.
Was there an aquatic one?
What?
Like I'm trying to think of like the original 10 aliens in the there was an Alien Force. Is there an aquatic one in Alien Force?
No.
So what was your question? So
there's no aquatic one.
Well, if there
Ultimate
mirrors
Alien.
between seasons, was there an aquatic version in Alien Force?
The closest we've gotten to an aquatic alien was in Ultimate Alien. With Water Hazard.
Alien with Water Hazard.
Yeah.
And Amphibian.
Partially.
Amphibian is aquatic.
It's aquatic. Yeah.
But
they're literally Water Hazards.
Walker Trout.
I would.
They weren't.
So it's cool that they're mirrors, and it's cool they also have some other unique ideas in there.
Yeah, like Spider Monkey Goop, Lodestar, Wrath.
Lodestar, man.
Nanomech. Nanomech came from the movie, right?
Yeah.
The live-action movie. That's when Nanomech was first introduced.
That's the only reason I don't like him as much. It came from that movie.
That's the reason I like him. I like that movie.
Alien,
I just feel like he's underused.
Yeah, true. That's very true.
Yeah. Other than that, I think out of all those aliens, Swampfire was one of the ones that really stood out to me, because I always liked Heat Blast. But then you incorporate like the whole regeneration ability, which is one of my favorite just powers and stuff. And the uniqueness. Also the fact that I think canonically he stinks as well.
He does, yeah.
He does smell, which adds that kind of like stink fly kind of humor into it as well.
Yeah, he doesn't smell as bad as Stinkfly, I think.
But he's also the name sells it. It's Swampfire. He smells a bit of. What are you doing in my swamp?
He literally gives
fire.
off methane.
Yeah. But as a concept, as an idea, I think this was one of the strongest. It worked well. It stood out, and especially in Omniverse when it got that boost, I think it was well needed for this one alien to really stand out even further. But then we move on to the next alien with one of my favorite abilities. Feedback.
What are you, Ben?
Well, this was Ben's favorite alien.
Exactly. When you like this one, so what are you, Ben?
Well, it's a cool thing where you can just absorb energy and release it back at you. It's kind of a cool concept. It's also like partial things, like in my brain when I think of like other things, like when someone absorbs kinetic energy and they release that into another power. But this is a lot more obviously flashy, and I can see the rush of why Ben liked this alien so much, and even I would probably like this alien a lot if I had.
Would. You clearly do.
Shut up. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's a weird feeling. I don't know. He has tentacles on his head. What do you want from me? And his ass.
I'm sorry, you're worried about extra limbs or
Yes.
different appendages that come with the body?
Yes,
when you
I
have
am.
watch,
It
which
will
can
hurt.
literally morph you into whatever the fuck you want.
It will hurt. It's going to hurt. I don't want my rib cage will be broken. Oh, and there will be replus.
Literally absorbed the universe.
That's true. That is very true.
Took the universe and did a fucking Kamehameha with it.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing.
Legend.
I don't know what to talk about here. Because Feedback was one of these ones that was kind of... I think I like him as well, partially because of the story. not just his power in Ben 10. Because, like, the story with him is that, like, he lost him because of someone.
And his over-reliance on feedback.
Made it his downfall in the end.
Yeah, it provided very interesting characterization for Ben.
But it's like, it's a mix of what? Electrokinesis, energy absorption, redirection. Obviously, always, like, the enhanced, like, movement abilities, like, just enhanced physical abilities. I think he could also do some radio shit or some crap.
I wouldn't be surprised if he could.
Yeah.
He controls. He can do electricity. He probably could do something. Something into that. But the thing I would say about him is, his ability.
He also has gas immunity.
Oh, that's true. He's vastly. His power is more about absorption and redirection rather than energy control. With, you know, something like I think Frankenstrike or Buzzshock would have a bit. They have a little bit more electricity control.
Even Amphibian.
Being able to do different shit. Meanwhile, feedback is more absorption.
Yeah, he would be able to really do a lot without absorbing it first.
And he can like even absorb like electricity from people.
Yeah.
Like I think he put his like what they call his cords into
his Duro cords.
Into I think Phil.
No, I'm pretty sure it's tentacles.
And he absorbed his electricity, so even people that have electricity inside them, he can get that energy. It's not just
Don't we all?
Is thrown at him.
Oh god.
Mad dog, and he's got a really cool theme. A really cool, really cool theme. I think he's actually one of the only aliens who has their own like theme. The only other one I can think of is Grey Matter, but even then it doesn't play whenever as soon as he transforms. Feedback when he hits the face and he transforms into feedback, his theme plays, which is sick as.
Yeah. But ultimately, just a cool alien. Created a little good, nice story in the mix as well with the alien.
Yep.
And now to move on to Think, Chronosapien, Think! Of Alien X. What can I say? I fell in love with this alien immediately. As soon as it appeared. I was like, ooh, hello! Then it did the thing with the dam, and then it just wouldn't move, and I'm like, I like this alien. Just, he became a plank, essentially.
It was an extremely creative way of handling omnipotence. Because he instead of just saying, oh, well, he has all this power, the fact that he has to agree to use it, I think just balances it out so well. Yeah.
Even when he reset the universe, it's like, I couldn't get everything right.
As cool as it was seeing him get full control over Alien X, I also sort of miss when he just sort of had to convince them for Alien X.
Yeah.
I think that made it.
And no one else could either.
And just it made it so that whenever he brings out Alien X, it's like, okay, whatever the problem is, this is serious, and literally no other alien can solve it.
Yeah.
And then which
like Rook Blanco was asking for Alien X to be shown for so long.
You thought Ben was full of shit.
Also, I just like how chronologically that anytime anything changes in Ben 10, whether that be the art style or whatnot, or even a character's voice, is due to the Celestial Sapiens.
Yeah.
I just love how that was brought up in the court case, where it ends with a honestly a really cool battle that the closest thing that reminds me to is the Tournament of Power when Goku goes.
It was, yeah.
That was the closest.
A lot of people call that like the Dragon Ball fight of Ben 10.
Yeah.
It simply was. People flying around destroying fucking asteroids.
Also, the whole like faces and masks, and I just like kind of like how the concept all works together and fits so well. Although it can be useless at a lot of the time, it still is an incredibly strong, powerful alien that I could not put on my list because literally the ability is just omnipotence, but they have to agree, and I do like that idea of there is more within an alien than just Ben controlling it. Yeah, because take when Big Chill goes off board and he creates children, or Ghost Freak story, or a bunch of them where there's something extra. Like there was something extra with obviously Swampfire when he had to blossom.
And it was like Ben also sort of was basically hitting puberty alongside Swampfire.
Yeah. So it just worked really well as a whole. Next, alien. Heat Blast.
Zabuza himself.
Okay. I think Heat Blast is on here primarily because of skill level. Heat Blast is one of Ben's most used aliens that he just knows so much about this alien that he can just do a lot of weird shit. Whether that being able to fly, or one of my most memorable moments for Heat Blast is the Fountain of Youth episode.
Yep. Where
he channels a supernova or whatever in a cave, and destroys the Fountain of Youth as a little toddler. That's one of my favorite Ben 10 episodes, and I just love how it ends with Ben, the little toddler, going on his little tantrum, and even just a little baby Heat Blast could do so much damage. It's like, whoa!
Instantly vaporizing the Fountain of fucking Youth.
Yeah, because he's that. Obviously, his fire is obviously stronger. He was the first alien really ever transformed into, as well as creating a forest fire at the same time.
And Ben 10,000's form, or I should say like the adult form of Heat Blast is cool looking, because he's got like sort of, I don't know how to describe it, these sort of like holes in the on his shoulders, like almost like
little
volcanoes.
Volcanoes.
Like little volcanoes on his shoulders, which looks really fucking cool. He's a sick cunt.
But this is also like one of the aliens that design doesn't really change all too much as well. From series to series, it's one that pretty much stays the same. It's just maybe like the magma and the colouring changes because of the art style. But
in Alien Force, he's a bit thinner, I think, and his rocks are a bit darker.
Yeah, I think they're darker in later series.
But other than that, his design is very, very similar.
Also, it was very funny when he got the halfie with Rip Jaws.
Oh.
That was just a funny concept. But ultimately, I think a lot of it comes down to skill and proficiency with this alien. Especially because Ben used this alien a lot as obviously a child. And once he got older and got to use it again, I just love seeing him be so comfortable with an alien. Because he can transform into an alien and still find out new things. But when it's one that he's used for a long time, it's something he knows how to use, he feels comfortable in the body, I feel like you really get that sense that he knows what he's doing. Especially when you see him just rip apart the earth and just fly off and do all this weird pyrokinetic shit with his flames. Even, there was just the beginning of an episode where he just kind of was saving people from a burning building as Heat Blast. And he was actually manipulating the flames to help them instead of adding to the fire, because at that point he could use his fire better.
So you like not only that it's his first dinner, but also he's so masterful with the skill and how he uses his flames, not just to burn shit, but to actually make a difference.
Yeah.
So it's not just that regular first alien that just can control fire. It's one of the most trusted aliens, one of his most comfortable with. I think that's just really cool. I thought about.
Yeah. Like the first time we saw this kind of alien again after the original series was with Alan. And I always thought, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But every time I looked at Alan, I'm thinking, it's not the same. Also, how does this child work? What happened? How could the parentage doesn't make sense until later when we find out what really happened. But the parentage doesn't make sense, does it?
You never know.
But what? It doesn't make sense.
You never know.
I can accept the other ones, but him especially. How? How did this happen?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes! I would! It's confusing!
You never know, I mean, you never know.
But even still, with Alan, he felt shitter compared to the way Ben was using Heat Blast. Like, he could do cool things, but ultimately he always felt weaker and like he couldn't do much. And obviously, I think this alien was one of Ben's more preferred fan favorites of the original series, because it's also partially become iconic at this point.
Well, it was the first.
It was the first, yeah.
It was the first one he ever transformed into.
Creating
So
a good old forest fire.
On fire.
Yeah. Near Mount Rushmore, wasn't it? They were close to it.
No.
They weren't?
I don't know where it was, but I don't think it was near Mount Rushmore.
Oh, I just assumed that general area.
I got near that place later.
Yes, it is really awesome that the first time he uses it, he burns down the forest, but also, and later on he grows to save people from a burning building with the fire.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what you got feedback on that for as well.
Yeah.
Because how much you have to the story of Ben's character.
But Heat Blast is much more, I think, that the fans can connect with more, because feedback kind of came out.
Yeah, because feedback is retroactive.
Yeah. It was essentially just, okay, he has this new alien as like these little skit things when we see him as a young kid.
He's also his favorite alien way back when.
Yeah, when he was 11 or so.
He just never mentions him.
Yeah.
At any point ever.
Yeah.
He doesn't go brainstorm and is like, electricity. I remember that.
Brainstorm. Next is a newer alien which didn't get a lot of screen time.
No.
It really didn't. This was one of like there's a small group of aliens that kind of come at like the real end. There's Vampire, there's Gut Rot, and then there's Atomics.
Yeah.
And Atomics, I don't know what it was about Atomics that I really liked. Maybe it's just because he's just kind of like all those different weird kinesises, like atom kinesis, nucleon kinesis, radiokinesis, ergokinesis, photokinesis. Just a bunch of weird shit. And I think I also partially like this character a bit more because of that expanded power base. When Ben could mix the two aliens together, I like that he mixed it with Alien X. For that, like, kind of, this is an alien who can do a lot of things. Mix it with Omnipotence, here we go. And Ben has, it feels like a weaker Alien X, sort of, using Atomics as a kind of base to hold Alien X's power. And I just really like that. I think that's why Atomics became one of my favorite aliens, simply because, yeah, he is. Wait, we also didn't say the names that we had for the other aliens.
Oh, yeah.
Want to go back?
I'll go back. Alright, Swamp Fire, what was everyone's? Oh yeah, mine's just what are you doing in my swamp? I already said that.
My Swamp Fire is the heat with plants. Oh yeah, because my Heat Blast was the heat.
Oh.
So Swamp Fire is the heat with plants.
My Heat Blast was Incandesca.
My Heat Blast is Firestorm. My Swamp Fire was Vegeta. My feedback was Tesla. Oh, what was my Alien X? Dio.
My
And
Alien
it's,
X
was
was
that like a Italian for God?
Yes.
Thought so.
yeah. My
I
Alien
did not
X.
think you'll make a JoJo's reference.
My Alien X is the same as Alex's, I think.
Hang on, what the fuck is it? Phoenix. Fuck off. Hang on, what's your... Oh my god.
It's Buggy D Clown.
It's a meme name. I think I should fucking update that one.
Oh, I didn't put something down for Atomic.
And Atomics, I just put, I think, silver.
I only put Omniverse aliens that I knew
Yeah.
well enough.
Yeah,
Atomics
because
is of course
Atomics literally comes in right at the end.
Yeah.
And he actually is one of the strong aliens. Obviously, I'd like to see more of that, but sadly, fucking reboot.
What? Yeah. I think one of the most memorable things for me that he does is he makes a mini sun.
Oh yeah.
So in this room that fucking Ghost Freak was destroyed in, so that Ghost Freak can never reform, and that sun will remain there for like I don't know how many years he said, but a long time.
Like even with Ben, I think the biggest weakness with Atomics is purely stamina, and that's why like mixing the Alien X into it kind of takes away that weakness from him, so he becomes stronger, and it feels like a good solid mix as well compared to other ones that he could mix. Next, there were probably 3 aliens on this general list. Also, I never said my feedback name. Oh, hang on a second.
Yeah, let's go back to feedback.
My feedback is trying times.
What's Taylor got?
I got Tesla for feedback.
I saw that, yeah. I got Zax.
Okay. Moving on. There are probably 3 aliens I like a lot. And that would be Big Chill would be one of them. I don't know what it is about Big Chill. He's a moth. He goes pew pew with ice. He goes intangible. I don't know, I think it's just the power set, the appearance of it, the little uncontrollable thing that he had, like when he had children as well. That was nice. And obviously, like, this was meant to be the step up from Ghost Freak, which was already kind of hard to do because Ghost Freak was kind of became a villain as well. Ghost Freak had his story and it was so good, but
yeah, Big Chill was never going to stand up to that. But
yeah, Big Chill was never.
They didn't exactly copy it either.
But yeah, they didn't exactly copy. And I think that's what made it work in the end. Is like it became its own thing, and it became honestly an alien that Ben would go to a lot of the time in a lot of weird circumstances when he just needed it. And even the Ultimatrix, and when we visited the planet, I was just so intrigued with how the planet worked, how it was like half hot, half cold, and it
Yeah,
just
I love
changed
that shit.
Yeah, and it adds
I
more
think they
to like, the
migrated
lore.
there, but yeah, it's their planet now.
It's their planet. Or like even if like that's true, it's like maybe like the fire ones didn't exist until they moved there.
Yeah.
Because they had to adapt and learn from the environment, and thus
they can live on both sides. They
Yeah.
can live on both sides, but people who come there can only go in the middle.
But essentially, yeah, it's just frostbite. I just really like the alien. I don't know what, it's just cool. I like how it has like the cool 2 forms with wings, and then it has like its hooded form as well. I did wish we get to see a little bit more intelligence from the aliens, like outside of just Ben. Because I think it's more interesting when we actually see a proper alien of the species instead of just Ben using it. Of course, there are things like only Ben can do, of course, like changing between aliens or whatnot. But this was definitely one of the ones that I feel like really worked.
He's also always the best version, the prime example of that species.
Yeah.
So he's always like, whenever you see another species, they're going to be weaker.
Mm.
Outside of the
Simian.
fact that I've been that species for decades potentially, but still, Ben's the prime.
Although he's the prime example matching their gender and age.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, which is why Ben, the adult version of Heat Blast is much bigger and got that shit.
Yeah.
So the adult versions are still stronger.
and it's why
It's a prime teenage version anyway.
It's why technically Gwen's forearms is stronger than Ben's forearms. Because female Tetramans are stronger.
Yeah.
But Luma, but then Ben's forearms is still stronger than Luma, which means Luma's not really that strong. Because if she were strong, she would have beaten Ben, but she didn't. Ben kicked her ass.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Big Chill just chill. He's just chilling, you know.
He's a mad dog.
He's a mad dog. He also
And he's
like
ultimate.
obviously like I wasn't a big fan of the change that happened with him.
Omniverse, no. I don't think I have actually. Oh.
He grew a chest.
He's thick.
He's a thick
Big
boy.
Chill Omniverse. Oh no, I have seen this. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't give a shit. I don't like that.
It looks weird, right?
Why?
Other than that, I think also accessibility as well comes with Big Chill. Like he can go in a lot of places. Like he can just, I think he has water breathing, doesn't he? And he can also move
I
through
assume he
space.
does.
Oh, we got someone in the chat. Hello.
Yeah, it's
Oh my
Nando.
god. Nandos. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he makes a brilliant point. That's exactly what it's like. Luma versus Ben.
Do I move on to the big
call
man?
my Big Chill Hidden Chill.
Oh yeah, I got the cold with wings.
My Big Chill is Soul Solid. If you get the reference, good on you.
I don't, but it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, Caleb has seen Soul Solid.
Sexually explicit message blocked. Would you like to? Yes, let me see. Sex. Someone's thoughts on the ultimate chicks.
That's not what this is about. Fuck you.
I mean, if
It's offensive.
I mean, if it's the ultimate versions of the aliens, I think Ultimate Big Chill's pretty cool. Ultimate Swamp Fire, I mean, it's more powerful. I mean, obviously.
My first thought of the Ultimatrix was more, it's gimmicky, obviously.
Can be gimmicky, yeah. But
And
I
it
think
was
in
used to some.
in some ways it's cool.
The only cool ones I really liked was Big Chill and Echo Echo.
Was it? Hang on. I think I don't like if I remember correctly, Ultimate's Humongousaur. And something
What is
disliked
Humongousaur?
with
He had a
Ultimate
gun.
Humongousaur
He had a
and
gun.
Blastoise is that these are evolutions of things, and they've got fucking guns strapped to them.
Yeah.
Like that's by default in their body.
Mm.
I've never liked that. Ever.
Are you saying
But
that, like,
otherwise, Ultimate Humongousaur is pretty cool. Like that's a fucking dinosaur right there.
One of the aliens is on my list, mostly because of its ultimate. But it's still cool regardless.
Yeah.
But its ultimate, I fucking love.
But even still, Vilgax.
Vilgax.
I just like the species. This is the only one that Ben somewhat doesn't have. He has it in the reboot.
He doesn't have it. Yeah, he doesn't have it in the main series, but he has it in the reboot.
Which was in the reboot as well. When he was using Gax, is what he called it. It was one of the weirder ones because in the reboot he liked the feeling it gave him, and I just found that really weird, because he acted like it was something like feedback, when realistically it was the dumb cunt. And it's like, what's so impressive about this alien? Because obviously you have Vilgax, who more or less did more than anyone else, and I liked how he became
No
like the.
members of that species wear those external armor. In his evolution, his weaponry armor fused eventually through thousands of years of war.
That could have been
Still
the case.
weird!
But
Yeah, I mean, it is weird that he would have evolved particularly, but yeah, whatever.
I mean, it is obviously, it's a fiction, it's like these aliens may have different ways of doing it. And yeah, sure. I accept that, and I do accept that when watching it. But there's always the really guns. You've got this series where you can transform to any alien, and your ultimate version of this big one is give it a gun.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you're not gonna like.
oh, and a rocket launcher.
Grey Matter gets a chair.
What?
Ultimate Grey Matter gets a chair. he's essentially MODOK.
Oh,
So he gets
yeah.
a chair.
So he just spawns in with the chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to Vilgax for fun.
Sorry.
I think it's more the story with Vilgax is why he became one of my favorite aliens. Also, he had all those extra ones, like the female. The females.
Oh, I forgot her name.
Yeah, I did too.
Zenith?
What's her name, George?
No. Fuck, I forgot her name. Fuck. I haven't seen that movie in a
Oh,
couple
it's awesome. Yep.
Hang on, I'll just look up.
Even just like traveling to Vilgax's planet, him requiring help because of the Ghost Freak incident.
What's
The
the
woman.
Vilgax species?
It is.
Myax.
Is that her name or the species?
No, her name. Her name.
Okay. What's the species?
The species is called Chimera sui generis.
Yeah, so yeah, her from that one movie with Weibig in it. That's what I call that movie.
She's cool.
What's that? What's it actually called?
What?
The movie.
Secret of the Omnitrix.
Secret of the Omnitrix. Yeah.
Yeah. But even still, what? Vilgax is a bit old. He can live. Well, he's in his middle 200s, I think. And as a villain, he was the first as well, which also adds to like the infamy. And he just is the villain, you know. He's the one that's like, who's Ben's arch enemy? Vilgax. Because Vilgax makes the most attempts, and I appreciate how when Vilgax returned in Alien Force, he became something else because he went out into the galaxy becoming like a hero for his own people. And I kind of like that side of him where he is more than just a villain.
Question. Do
Yes.
you prefer Vilgax when his powers are just rooted in his physical strength, or when he gets all these fucking tools that give him hacks powers?
I think I prefer the Hack's powers simply because of what it meant for him and the people around him.
Yeah.
But obviously, even just because even with all these powers, he still called for Ben's help, and I think that also adds to it. Where this person that Ben almost lost to and almost got killed by, he couldn't stop it. But Vilgax was a man.
That fight, George. Yeah.
That fight
That
was
was a good fight. Vilgax versus the Thomas Helper.
yeah.
He's Ruby Ray or Rubido, I think it's called. Is literally aimbot lasers.
Yeah.
Aimbot
He
laser
also like obviously like with the whole like what Dagon shit
Oh yeah.
and all that crap that happened with him as well, like how he could pass off as this mythical beast. And his design ultimately is pretty simplistic. There are other things in fiction, like it's I mean there's fucking Cthulhu.
I think he was based off of Cthulhu. I think what he was based off was a bit of Lovecraftian sort of mythos.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
believe.
you can really see that.
Yeah.
Right in his face. That's pretty cool.
Not Cthulhu specifically. I think it was another. There's another god. In it, I think called Dagon.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's where the impression came from.
Otherwise, still cool. I also like how he partially reminds me a little bit of Freezer. How he feels different from the rest of his species. Like he's something better than the rest of his species, and he really shows it when he fights and does shit.
Yeah.
Other than that, speaking of him fighting, Ben, moving on to Diamond Head. Diamond Head's fucking return, man. Diamond Head's fucking return. My favourite fucking alien. For the same reason I like Heat Blast as well. Simply because of Ben's proficiency, he's comfortable with it. And when we saw him get Diamond Head again in Alien Force, and him just wreck the shit out of Vilgax's day, who he was struggling against, with just this one alien that he practiced and trained with, and it's also one of the aliens that we saw him train with. Plus, keep in mind, my favourite character in Ben 10's entire series is actually Tetrax Shard.
Tetrax is a mad cunt.
He's a mad cunt, and what is he?
Yeah,
The
he's
same
one of my
fucking
favorite
species. Yeah, because he's just this
He's
Chad.
just a fucking Chad. Oh, I should put him on the list.
But I really like how Ben had to actually train with this alien, and he grew really proficient with using these weird powers. Like, it was one of the more weirder ones, Diamond Head. Really weird. But fuck me when he did the shit. It's like,
I love the one where it's during the fight with Vilgax, and Vilgax absolutely kicks his ass as Chromostone, and then he reforms as Diamond Head, and he immediately the roles switch. Diamond Head starts kicking Vilgax's ass because all of a sudden this is an alien he knows. This is an alien that he is extremely comfortable with. And we really absolutely tears Vilgax a new one.
We also feel like you had really trained with this one more than any other. Because even in the original series, we see him train.
Yeah.
We see him train. And I think that's what really makes this one alien stand out amongst the rest. And of course, even just seeing their home world, or even just Tetrax Shard do his shit, was also cool and whatnot. But whatever. That's just my 3x3 of Ben aliens. I would just like to give a quick shout out to one alien, and that's his Bullfrag.
Yeah. That was because he didn't have him, and then Chromostone got destroyed, and then he got Diamond Head. Fucked shit up. And then he kept Diamond Head until Tetrax came and got Chromostone back. And then I think from then on he had both.
Yeah.
I believe.
I think so. But obviously, he doesn't use them a lot in Omniverse.
No, not a lot, no.
No. Which is sad. Because it's still one of just the hypest moments in Ben 10. That fight.
He uses them a little bit, but not.
Not a lot, no. Big Chill is used more in Omniverse.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Heat Blast gets used a tiny bit. Swampfire has his little bit in that when he blossoms.
Yeah.
The worst, of course, gets used more than any of them.
Oh yeah.
Even more than Feedback, I think, at some points.
I wouldn't say as much as Feedback. Feedback gets used a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, the worst gets used.
He gets used a lot from the comedic relief. Well, but other than that is my list. Moving on to the second person's list. And that is you, Alexander.
What's his eye?
It's your turn.
Cool. I have Diamond Head number 1 as well.
Diamond Head's a fucking shit.
Alright. Fucking dribble person. Alright, start. Armadillo. Love this cup. I love, especially when I was younger. I would just always look obsessed with animals. These fucking animals, he used to read through all these fucking things, right? So there was Armadillo here, and then they put Armadillo in it, and then I loved that pun, and that was one of my favorite aliens because of that.
But this is an animal with a weapon in its in its arms. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, but
That's a bit weird.
It evolved from. My problem with Humongousaur and Blastoise is they evolved from something that weren't something with guns in it to something that was.
I mean,
you-
Blastoise already had guns. He went from the only thing is he went
Squirtle.
from to Blastoise to get the gun.
Yeah,
But-
exactly. That evolution from Squirtle to Wartortle to Blastoise evolved from something that clearly didn't have one, and then it somehow got one. Humongousaur didn't have one. Ultra Humongousaur did. That's the point. I don't know about Armadillo's backstory, so I'm cool with it.
It didn't have jewels.
I'm aside as clearly why he's got fucking springs in his arms and fucking elbow, but it's cool. I love the fucking Earth evolution. I love the digging through shit. He's a massive cunt. He'll fucking jackhammer your fucking head off. I love it. I'll be much shorter. I've not watched Ben 10 more than once.
Toolbox.
Nor have I watched a lot of Omni guys. So, big chill there. Anyone else have anything to say about it?
My name for Armadillo is Penetrate.
Mine is simply Tremor.
Oh yeah, what was mine? Hang on. Where's Armadillo?
Oh, I see yours.
Yours is
Where is
Irish.
that? Jackhammer.
Yeah.
Still.
Just simple names. What was? I liked the first time we saw Armadillo that wasn't Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Andreas.
It was on
Yeah,
days.
I really like that with Ultimate Alien. You got to see all these. You actually got to meet the aliens first, who they were, their species or people. That's why Terraskin's on here as well. So I really like the. I don't remember his name, but the original one about.
I can tell you my name for
I don't.
Terraskin.
Oh, no, the original guy was Terraskin in Ultimate Alien.
Yeah, I know. I honestly forget about him. We'll get to Terraspin when we get to Terraspin.
Galapagos.
Of course, that's his name.
Of course it is.
Of course.
Yeah, it's Galapagos. And his species is
Yeah, yes, sir.
Geocolone area.
Yeah, I just think Armadillo is cool. I don't know much, but Big Chill, he's on here because continuing on with what Nathan was saying before. Obviously, Ghost Freak's story was amazing in the original series, and we all love it. And Big Chill can never match up to that. Thing is, I like Big Chill more than Ghost Freak because Ghost Freak is this very obvious fucking Ghost Freak, whereas Big Chill, we didn't know what he was from the start. We didn't know exactly.
He felt a little bit phantomy as well.
He's a cunt with wings. I was like, okay, I'm a cunt with wings. He went through walls. Like, okay, I can fucking go through walls. Oh, the walls are frozen. Oh, I'm very cold right now. Right? He wasn't someone who could really know what. A lot of things with Alien Force, they're much newer, fresher aliens that you can't really tell what they do immediately. Some of them, and I like that he had to figure it out as he went.
Yeah.
So I really like that aspect of Big Show as well, and of course with the planet where they were the half hot, half cold. That was one of my favorite episodes. Simply because I love that shit. That planet, that whole thing.
I feel like he was one of the ones that was so easy to expand on because there was just always a slight interest in it. Like if they did the same thing for Humongousaur, I would not give a shit. You know. I would care a little bit more if it was Forearms, because Forearms is a little bit like original, and I like the gladiator type aesthetic that it's given the species. I mean,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, if you know me enough, you'll know that I absolutely simp for certain powers. Number one on that list is gravity-based abilities. It's what sold me on Eden Zero when I started reading it, and then of course it was like fairy tale, so I dropped it. One of my favorite characters is Black Clover. has gravity abilities. I love how he uses it, and I love that character.
But
I
he's a
love that very much.
dickhead.
He's a dick. I know, but he's funny. And he fights fucking anyway.
There's someone in Marshall who uses gravity powers.
Yep, he's cool. It was recently the night too.
Yeah.
And this guy, it was this alien also uses gravity-based abilities, and that's what. Even though I've barely fucking seen him, because I haven't watched all of Omniverse.
Partially Fujitora.
Fujitora! I love Fujitora! Anyway, that's why he's here. I just like his abilities. He's on the list. Done.
But he's also he's strong. He's powerful. I love that he turns into a little planet. Or in my brain, I just think of him as like a little bouncing ball. Although he's not really little. He's just a bouncing ball.
Didn't people shrink into him at one point, and then he couldn't turn back into.
He had a little bit of a bug. He had a little bit of a bug.
If he transformed back, something would happen. I don't remember the episode enough.
He had a little bit of a bug.
That is true. He is fucking massive.
Yeah, he's massive.
In some renditions, yeah. It's weird because in Ben 10 sometimes
it feels like he changes his size.
But at times, yeah, he's been much bigger than fucking Humungusaur.
Yeah.
And he's also created a black hole at one point accidentally.
Yeah, that's cool as fuck.
And Paradox had to rewind time, otherwise the black hole. Well, no, it did destroy the entire planet. You have to go back in time, fucking waste that shit. So Ben could stop it from happening.
What was your name, Alex, for him, for Gravitack?
It was Graviton.
Yeah. Caleb.
Gravitack's really cool there.
Periapsis.
Ah.
Which is the lowest point of an orbit.
Yeah, it's sick that there's a colony of living planets out there. That's also cool. The diversity of aliens that exist in Ben 10. There is a race of planets.
Yeah.
That's cool. Cool as fuck.
My name for Gravitack was Breakdown.
You're a fucking JoJo fan.
Breakdown. Go, Alex. You can continue. I do think he was partially a little bit underused as well in Omniverse. Like, he was used enough to be recognizable, but at some points I feel like could have been used a little bit.
I think he was
better.
a bit OP. That was the problem.
Yeah.
He kind of overused him.
Like, using too much.
Yeah, so he fucking uses Walker Trout more. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because Walker Trout's useless.
I want to also say, looking at this list, a lot of it is just how fondly I remember the episodes and moments from my childhood when watching Ben 10 that they're up here, and I cannot really justify it with words why they're here. So few of these are that, but this is not one of them. Raph is a mad cunt. I like Raph, not because he's an idiot, but because he's different than the rest of them. Because Ben always feels like he's Ben when he's every one of these aliens. Usually it's his own personality coming through. But when he's Raph, he's different. I love that the alien changes not only his figure, but also his mind and his personality and how he acts. I thought that was cool as fuck. And it's also a bonus that extra personality is also cool as fuck. And it's also funny that he's fucking naked.
It's also funny that he... Well,
now let me tell you something!
It was also funny that he was running in a race. He was running... He did the race.
And then he twisted the guy's ankle.
With his short legs just running.
He's fantastic.
I like the expansion of his species and whatnot, especially the clothes part. Because we do get to see a lot of his species and their tribal nature and whatnot. And if this alien had like an ultimate form, I would just think Sabertooth.
Yeah.
Something primal, you know?
Have an ultimate form.
If it did.
Ultimate form is just wild, man. What's gonna happen with Big Show?
I think he does have an ultimate.
He does?
Oh yeah, the personality shift team.
Wrath has an ultimate? Since when?
Ultimate Wrath.
I thought so. I could be wrong.
It seems to be, yeah.
Yep, he does. But
Does?
it's not Wrath himself. It's Albedo's ultimate, but
Oh, okay.
like,
What is it? What does it look like? Someone send it.
he's just.
He's got a cool as fuck jacket.
I can send it in.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little bit saber-toothy.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird though. Alright. Just Wrath. See. Again, just comic relief Wrath.
Maybe it was because I liked that episode a lot with, I forgot his name already, Galapagos.
Yeah.
Maybe because I just like that a lot. I think if I may be remembering this episode terribly incorrectly, but I think he never wanted to use his abilities. He just wanted to kind of vibe. But he was being hunted down by, what's his name? The villain in Ultimate Alien.
Kevin.
No.
Agrigor.
Yeah.
Agrigor, yeah. So I really liked that particular alien, his personality, how he's not just, and not all these aliens, they do have these abilities that are alien to us, right? And he doesn't give a shit. He just wants to live a peaceful life because that's what his planet is, full of peace-loving idiots. Right? I like that. I like that. Once again, all these different aliens have different ways of life, different ways of being, and his was a peaceful planet. And yeah, he could fucking zoom through the skies, but
but as well with that, I like how this was the first real alien who had anything to do with some sort of wind control or air manipulation.
Yeah, and wind ability as well.
Oh,
Yeah, he was the only alien. I don't think any other. Obviously, like you have other aliens who can fly, but none who really have any sort of wind actual ability besides Terra Spin. When you have sound, you have other shit like that, but when you have Terra Spin, it's just wind go.
I don't even think even after that there's anyone else.
No.
The closest before him was Accelerate.
Yeah.
Because Accelerate could make tornadoes. But
or even Jet Ray, because of wind and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
but still,
but he couldn't control it and attack with it.
No.
It was only really Accelerate who made tornadoes.
Yeah. Other one like gravity can.
Oh, what's my name for? Did I actually say my name for Wrath?
No, we didn't.
We're good at this. Wrath is Kitty.
My Wrath is Who's Who.
Mine is literally the exact same except it's spelled with a W.
Wrath.
Wrath. No, Wrath, but like
Wrath.
it has a W.
Wrath.
Oh yeah, Wrath. Right.
Like the actual word. Yeah.
Wrath.
And what do I have for Terrace?
Mine's Oogway.
You spin me right round, baby, right? Oh, I want to say to the viewers, this is what we're saying here. Our names to them. At some point, for no reason at all, we just got every Benton alien and we renamed them as if we were Ben, as if we had the Omnitrix and we named the aliens instead.
Mine's Oogway.
Yours is. Oh, that's perfect.
Mine's just Whiplash.
We got a record of 4 viewers in the stream today. Ben 10's really popular. She got more Ben 10 streams apparently.
Okay. Next stream is Dragon Ball.
There you
go. Okay, my next one, same reason.
This is the one I'm most confused about. May I just say? I can understand why you like all of them, but I don't understand why you like iGuy.
Well, yeah, I prefaced this before I went to Wrath, but it's just because I fondly remember those characters. All these episodes that they're
I honestly barely remember what iGuy does in any shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm struggling to give you proper reason to like him because I don't know, but I do. And
all I really remember is the scene where he got that giant eye on his chest and he went.
I thought it was cool as fuck. You know what? Okay, let's see what my child wants to figure out. One, his name, iGuy, funny as fuck, love it, sold me immediately. He's got eyeballs everywhere, except for where eyeballs go. Child me loved that. He's got ears where his eyes should be, and he's got eyes where his everything else should be. That's funny as fuck. I was sold immediately as a kid. I don't even know what he does anymore. I've forgotten completely, but I'm sold.
I'm gonna help you out a little bit.
Do not.
Ben 23, right? He's known for naming his aliens like absolutely shit names.
But he likes
His
you though,
names
so he's
for
cool.
aliens are absolutely shit. Ben's names are always superior than Ben 23's names.
Mm-hmm.
But Ben 23, guess what Ben 23 called Eye Guy?
Eyes. I don't know.
Eye Guy.
Oh.
The exact same.
Oh.
And as soon as Ben hears that, he realized how shit that name was. Which I find quite humorous.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, see, that's what. Yeah, there. Boom. He definitely deserves to be there.
He's also a bit simplest. Ben 23 with
Literally
his aliens.
just shoots lasers and sees shit good. Poggers shoots lasers.
Ben 23 with his aliens is also very simplistic. Like, his name for Accelerate is Speedy Quick.
Ew.
Or his name for Stinkfly is Big Bug.
That sounds like me. That sounds like the names I've got.
Older guy.
There's Rollaway for Cannonbolt, which is next. You have Handyman for forearms.
Yeah.
Freeze Ghost. We could honestly make a fucking guessing game with this shit. Alright, Alex, what's Freeze Ghost?
Big chill.
You got it. What's Windy
Woo!
Hindy?
Oh, yeah. That took me a second, but now I know it.
What?
I'm excluded from this competition.
Windy hindy. What?
What's
Terra spin? Because he spins? What winds up?
No, it's Clockwork.
Oh! Okay, yeah, I forgot something.
Stupid name, right? What's Techno Bubble?
Techno bubble. Techno bubble.
This is a
Yeah,
good game.
real quick, I'm gonna go to Ben's alien. Not scroll down to Ben 23. Just look at this. Okay. Which one is Techno bubble? Amphibian.
It's upgrade.
Oh, bro. Fuck.
What's Mr. Monkey?
Spider monkey.
Yes.
Yay!
What's Muckamuck?
Goop.
Yes. What's
Woo!
Dog Nabbit?
What wild mode?
Yeah. What's Feedback?
Beat. Echo.
No, it's Feedback.
Damn
Now,
it!
he didn't. That one he didn't previously name. He
Yeah.
called feedback after Ben
Yeah.
said.
What's Orbit Man?
of Gravitak, I fucking
Yes.
think.
Well, Fish Fingers.
Better be Ripjaws.
It's Ripjaws. Mr. Mucky. No, that's Muckamuck. This is Mr. Monkey.
Um,
Who's Mr. Monkey?
Mr. Monkey.
It was on my list.
What's your list again?
I'm not going back to that image.
Oh, is it Swampfire?
It's Swampfire, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that one.
Fair enough.
Yeah, those are about it. There's a few other shit ones that are kind of obvious. Like what's Toolbox, Alex?
Jury rig?
Armadillo.
Okay.
Oh, it is too, isn't it?
There's Lightning Bolt. There's Brain Frog. Giant
Uh,
Manster.
Brain frog.
Yeah, what's Brain Frog? I wonder.
I'd like to think brainstorm, but
No.
he's not a frog, so that's the problem. So it's got to be grey matter.
It is Grey Matter.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you have Nighty Night.
Actually, no. What? Hang on. What?
Nighty
99.
Night. You wouldn't be familiar. It's an omniverse alien.
I assume I
Oh,
think I
okay.
know who that is.
Caleb, go.
I'm pretty sure it's Pesky Dust.
Yeah. There's Electric Yeti.
Oh,
Vomit
okay.
Man.
Shock Swatch?
Yeah. Vomit Man.
Upcharge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freeze Lizard.
Arctic Liner?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you got that. Even though he's in the original series, I'm surprised you got that.
It's Arctic Liner, bro.
There's Charcoal Man.
What?
Charcoal Man.
Alien X.
No. T+.
Because like it's black.
It's
Oh fuck me. Because I'm like
It's
charcoal black, so
charcoal.
and the next is all black, so I'm like okay.
Yeah, there's a few other random ones that we know the names of, but we never actually got to see him used it or what it looks like. We can move on. Let's go back to the fucking list.
Cannonbolt's awesome as fuck. I think he was first used. When was he first used?
In the
No,
episode
that
when
was
you got
this
him,
one. I'm completely missing that. But I liked
the big
was
bug
it
was sucking out the Earth's nutrients.
The tick, yeah.
The tick.
Oh right, yeah.
When the Earth
I
had
was
a tick,
remembering the
it,
it was
I
the
honestly,
DNA aliens.
oh.
It's really cool. He
I
used it in one of those episodes, and I thought it was cool.
I
As fuck. I
really
don't know why.
I really consider like this one probably iconic.
Yeah,
Can I say?
absolutely.
Because out of when you expand the omnitrix, I think Cannonbolt was one of the most perfect ones. And one of my most memorable moments for Cannonbolt is when Kevin and Ben were stuck on that alien battleship, and he brought out Cannonbolt, and it's like, this is something you don't know. And he got the upper hand on Kevin, who has all his powers, except Cannonbolt. And even in the reboot, Cannonbolt stayed as part of the main 10 because he actually is a strong candidate for an iconic Ben 10 character. And even just that episode with the tick, I felt was really strong.
I actually want to talk about the original 10, right?
Yeah.
So obviously he's Ben 10. We got the first 10 aliens, and we were stuck with that concept for a bit. He's got 10 aliens, right? Every other alien, the first few aliens he unlocked after the 10 were the coolest fucking things ever.
Yeah.
Cannonbolt wasn't Cannonbolt 11?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cannonbolt was the first one after the original 10 to come out, and that is
And
just
he also
awesome
was
as
Ghost
fuck.
Freak at that point as well.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah,
got
tough
Ghost
shit.
One.
That's sort of why Cannonbolt came up, because he lost Ghost Freak.
Then you had Wildvine, who came up next. Then
Wildvine after,
your
and,
little gigawatt Buzzshock.
No, we didn't get Buzzshock then, though.
No, but that's what
that
he
was-
showed up.
Yeah, that's when I saw him.
But of course, then you had like the monsters like
Oh, the
Rex,
megawatts.
Wolfar, Snarrow,
Megawatts?
Frankenstein,
Yeah, that's right.
Upshark, Ditto, Way Big, and Eye Guy. Yeah.
But Cannonbolt's there because just that this new alien, we have the status quo, and this new guy comes in, and this big fucking truck is like, what is this white ass fucking gonna do? And he turns into a ball and he beats the shit out of cunts. Right?
Yeah, I loved watching Ben try and figure out his power.
Yeah, that was awesome too. He
Like-
had no idea what the fuck he was doing.
He was trying to shoot lasers out of his fingers, going. It reminded me of like Spider-Man when he was trying to figure out how to shoot his webs.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, so this alien, he's no idea what the fuck he does. He's got this really fat bastard. He could have called him the worst, and he never figured it out.
And this was also one of the aliens that. This is also one of the only. Well, two of them got Ultimatrix, but he got an ultimate form as well, which I thought was a little bit weird because it wasn't used obviously as much because it was right at the end ish. But even still,
No, it was like fucking ultimate cannibal, fucking metal. It was machine.
yeah, good armor.
When he gets master control in Alien Force briefly to fight the hybrid, I think the first alien he transforms into, I think it was Cannonbolt.
Yeah.
Which was fucking sick.
The episode where I think he goes to his cousin's or like something's wedding. I think he jumps into the ocean as Cannonbolt and does a cannonbolt. Does a cannonball into the ocean. It's like, okay. Or into the river, sorry.
It's awesome. Yeah, I think we can all agree. Cannonbolt's here for very good reason.
Yeah.
I have very little to justify why Ripjaws is here.
Honestly, I just think Ripjaws is cool as well.
Ripjaws is really cool. That's it. That's all.
He wouldn't make my 3x3, but he's just cool, and I love watching him rip through shit.
Yeah, he's got fucking transforms between water and earth state. He's got the drawback. He can't breathe in land. Right? So there's already a situation thing there. He can't read Ripjaws all the time. Ripjaws is obviously much better underwater. He's got his fucking jaws, of course.
He becomes a merman thing.
Yeah, and underwater he's just beast. I don't know why, genuinely why he's in here, but I would not put him anywhere else.
I think
he's just cool as shit.
I think his more iconic episode was just the early episode with the lake monster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
and I remember them very fondly. I haven't seen it in fucking forever, but
I think what made me enjoy him a little bit more is that the extra characters. What's the extra character's name of the species who's in the plumbers? I like him.
yeah, he's cool.
The one with glasses
Actually, I like him as well.
who does fishing and he catches a Gyarados.
There's one of the few episodes
I
of
forgot his name, but yeah,
of his
I know
had seen,
exactly.
but yeah, that
Yeah.
guy, he's
Yeah,
cool
that
too.
guy.
He made me remember why I like Ripjaws. Because he probably wouldn't have been here unless I saw that episode.
Because it's one of the more simpler ones.
Guys,
But simple.
record of 5 viewers. Let's go.
Oh, Magister Pataliday. Is his name.
Yeah. Also, my name for what was it? The big boy was where is it? Rebound.
Okay, I want to go. I didn't do it. I guy for me is Scope.
Right, I guy for me is
That
Optic.
for me is always watching.
Was yours it?
Optic.
Optic.
Simple.
That's good.
Cannonball
What's
for me
Cannonball?
is Heavy Blitz.
The Boulder.
The boulder.
What's yours?
The big fish man.
No, it's kind of a rebound, right?
Mine was
Sorry.
Rebound, yeah.
My Ripjaws is Thalassophobia.
That's
And
fair.
Thalassophobia
Is the fear of the ocean.
deep.
Or the ocean, deep, yeah. By the way. I got Magikarp.
I got Nero. Nilo.
Oh, Nero, yeah.
Nero. Just to confuse the Italians.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that confused the fuck out of me. As soon as I heard that, I'm like, well, at first I was like, either he's naming it after Black or he's naming it after the Emperor.
It's none.
It's none. It's neither. It's a Greek word for water. Nilo.
It was weird to me. It was when it's Canberra, there was a restaurant called Fuego Nero, right? And then obviously it was like Spanish and Italian, like Black Fire, because it was the Black Fire. I could only read it as fire water every time. I'm like, oh look, it's fire water, Black Fire.
Because it borders Netto and yeah.
Nero.
And last but not least, you're the one we have the same. Our both we share the favorite alien for.
Because this one is cool as fuck, but I also can justify it better. And you can as well. One of the best, most capable aliens that Ben had up his original 10, especially. I think you can see the top 3 are all original series. I'm just so fond of my childhood memories of that shit, right? And obviously got some of the new ones as well, but Diamond Head's always been my favorite, and he was made even more my favorite with, I forgot his name, Tetrax?
Tetrax, yeah.
Yeah. One of the first aliens that Ben had that we also saw an alien of. And we got to learn the backstory, or the fates of his planet there as well, and then we got more of that when we came to Chromastone and Alien Force. Finding out all the lore about these diamond fucking creatures, and their ability to manipulate the shit, I thought was awesome as fuck, and I've always loved Ben's personality and doing it as Diamond Head. Which is why he's my favorite alien in Ben 10. It's awesome. Awesome. And obviously, childhood, very fond memories of all the episodes with them. Every time he'd show up, I'm like, yes, he fucking chose Diamond Head, let's go. Not a fucking Stinkfly.
Stinkfly's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, in hindsight, it's pretty cool, but as a kid, it's like, I want Diamond Head, not the stinky bug.
He also sort of has an aura to him. Do you know what I mean? Like a sort of a presence, I should say. He's a presence. That whenever you see him on screen, it's like, oh fuck, this is the Chad alien. This is the alien that you don't want to. You don't want to go up against. He might not have necessarily the most powerful moveset of all the aliens, but he's so versatile and he is still strong. And that scene in can't remember which episode it is, but he like surfs. He's basically like Frozone, but he'll throw shards on a building. It'll create a ramp. He'll slide off the ramp to get momentum, and he'll keep doing that, basically surfing on the rooftops. And it's fucking sick seeing him do that. He's a mad cunt.
Also, do we actually say the names for it or anything? because I don't remember saying that.
My diamond head is diamond armor.
I got crystal meth.
Mine is Paragon. I have to give him a chat name for it, chat. Paragon. Alright. Finishing us off. Are you ready?
Am I?
Yes. Are you ready?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Starting us off.
What the fuck are these pictures?
The little guy. Echo Echo.
The first one's Echo Echo, yeah.
Echo Echo. I mean, first of all, I'll start off by saying why I like his base form. He's fucking sick. He creates. He can create countless clones of himself, and the thing people tend to forget is that these clones can then transform back, and then transform into other aliens.
But it doesn't
So
doesn't also break Ben's personality when he does that?
Each clone will have its own sort of personality of Ben, so they are somewhat hard to control, but
Yeah.
they are still all Ben, and they can all transform. But even aside from that, I think he's one of the few aliens that actually has quote-unquote move names. He's Sonic Doom, or Wall of Sound, sorry. He's fucking sick.
I think
He
one
does that.
I think one thing is like I remember a lot the first episode of Ditto Ditto, right?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Ditto Ditto, it had a good first episode, but it's essentially just Ditto Ditto. It's just the ability. Okay, you can make clones, multiply yourself, blah blah blah. But then when we got Echo Echo and we got to see what he could do, it was just like, fuck Ditto Ditto, Jesus Christ, Echo Echo is the boy.
Ditto has he has a better personality in my opinion, but
Yeah.
Echo Echo's power is just
Yeah.
there's very little reason to use Ditto in a fight rather than Echo Echo.
The only
Even
one
if
is
you
the
want-
Omniverse enhancement with the whole digging shit.
Even then, if you need something
But,
dug,
yeah.
you're just gonna pick Armadillo. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But Echo Echo, I mean, in his first episode, he took down a massive mecha dragon. Just with the sound waves. Just sick as. And then his ultimate, and then that's the main reason he's on here. His ultimate is fucking sick. He fucking kicked Kevin Levin's ass, and this is when he was like mutated and shit. He just flung him around the fucking army base, and he's got the move Sonic Doom, which is where all these discs surround him, and then they fucking wreck him. And then Ultimate Echo Echo was about to then kill Kevin. That's how fucking strong he was. Like one more blast from a disc would have done him in. And he's just sick. He's just super cool. And I like how they evolved into having this one entity, but then this one entity creates many discs that can then, kill.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was one of the cool ones because Ultimate Echo Echo, I remember mostly from the whole Monster Kevin situation where he stopped him with this one alien, and you got to see how really powerful an Ultimate Echo Echo could be.
I think it might even be like, at least out of the ones the Ultimates Ben used, it might be one of the most powerful ones. The argument could be made that Ultimate Way Big is more powerful, but I in my sort of head, I sort of assume that Ultimate Echo Echo, if he wanted to, could fuck up Ultimate Wavy simply by creating thousands of those discs.
Multi-shadow clone Jutsu.
Literally. I think he could probably do so, but yeah, definitely out of Ben's Ultimates, he's definitely one of the more powerful ones.
One of the more interesting ones.
Yeah. Especially because his ability somewhat diverts from his main ability. Like normally he clones himself, but it's a stark difference where he now no longer self, which I find quite interesting. Usually ultimates are just a step up instead of changing the ability, something different but better.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is why Echo is there, all passed out.
And your
Such
name
a
for
decision,
Echo is?
Oh, what's his name for Echo? Sonic Doom. Yeah, so I took his move name and called him Sonic Doom.
What's yours, Ethan?
Omen.
Cool. For Echo, I've got.
I love how your mind fucking just glitched.
I love that. Yeah, he glitched.
But it was that was perfect. That you couldn't have hoped for. That was brilliant.
Alright, move
Also,
on
his sound.
before he yells again.
I just want to say the sound of his sound waves is fucking. That's
Sound design in the show for Echo.
And yeah. Anyway,
Expecting a knock on my door, going like, "Why are you yelling?"
moving on to Ghost Freak. Ghost Freak was a sick cunt. I mean, even in
Story.
even in the main original series, he's powerful. But then they just straight up said in Omniverse, you know what? Let's bring him back. And now you're not at the risk of the scare taking over. So use him as much as you want. And then that's when his power soared, because at that point he could then possess. He could possess people. He could fly around just as the scare could, and make him do whatever the fuck he wants. I think he had access to the tentacles. I don't know. I don't think he had access to the black beams, but then he still had his claws to use. And I believe if he wanted to, he could probably take the veil off and go into the scare mode, which has the black beams and I think has a bit more power to it. But I don't think we saw that happen. So
I think what is really iconic is just that episode when the scare makes his presence known.
That scene when
Like when they at a university or some shit.
You know when that
Some
scene
sort of
where
campus.
the three dickheads that come in and Ghost Freak's there and he transforms into Ghost Freak, and the scare sort of takes over to make him more aggressive, but he beats the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Like, it is brutal. There is nothing they can do because they can't touch him. He phases. I think he grabs the girl's hair. He phases down to the ground and starts bashing it against the floor. Like, he's one of those aliens where it's actually very difficult to win against. There are very few opponents that could actually pose a threat to Zscair, and especially out of his villains. Like, a lot of them can't do anything unless they specifically know.
Again, even Vilgax, he needed Ben's help to get rid of the scare.
Exactly. Yes. Because he knew, like, this guy's fucked. Like, what can I do?
And of course the other shit that happened at the end of Omniverse. Near the end of Omniverse.
And he's a lot of these, some of these are power based because I fucking love their power.
But Ghost Freak is also, he has a great story along with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's power, but he also has a great story.
Yeah, exactly. And I also love the planet, that whole and the Transil and the Anno system in general. That was
I love that little system. Star.
And it was it's nice. He's cool. Any other comments on Ghost Freak?
Nope, nothing.
Actually, what do we call him? I call my Ghost Freak Terror.
I'm on the same wavelength as Caleb, but more retarded. I'm Spooky.
I chose Phantom Lord.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Moving on. Now, that episode that Blitzwolf appears in,
because he was the first out of all of them as well, wasn't
He is genuinely one of my favorite. That episode is genuinely one of my favorite episodes in Ben 10 because it is so cool. Him unlocking the DNA, but getting stuck, so he slowly transforms into the Loboan.
Like a little werewolf.
And then them thinking, oh no, he's gonna become a fucking werewolf, but no, it's just a new alien. And I remember as a kid watching.
He got it just by the alien scratching his watch as well.
When I saw that as a kid, I'm like, holy shit. Does this mean he can become fucking Vilgax? Does this mean he can become fucking this alien? Can he become that alien? And it opened up a whole new world of possibilities for Ben to become. All of a sudden, he wasn't just fucking stuck with these 10 or these 11 or the aliens. He could get more. He could beat anything else. And that was just sick. But even Blitzwolfer himself, I mean, he's cool. You know, he's a werewolf. He's not exactly that powerful. But his sonic howl is pretty cool, and he's got some strength to him. Obviously, most.
Like at first you really see like, oh, it's just a werewolf, and then he opens his mouth, and it's like, oh, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
And I'm actually torn on the name because like I like Ben Wolf. I think Ben Wolf's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But Blitzwolfer,
I like how Blitzwolfer came about though.
I love the word blitz. I mean, you just have to look at my what I've called all these aliens, and there's like 4 instances where I've used the word blitz in their name.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool. So Blitzwolfer.
Blitz crash.
It also stands as like the
slow blitz.
It also stands as one of those ones that connects Ben with Kai as well.
Oh, yeah, true.
And Kai would eventually become his future wife, blah, 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 but still. Even when he meets Kai again in Omniverse, it's like, oh, it's not Ben Wolf, it's Blitzwolfer.
This is not Ben Wolf.
This I called him Blitzwolfer.
Yeah. And that really is one of, I think, the perfect names for it as well. Blitzwolfer just fits it so well.
But I reckon the other ones, Frankenstrike's not that bad. Snarrow, I thought was a bit.
Ben Victor.
I love Ben Mummy, Ben Victor, Ben Wolf, and it always have pleased my heart. But Frankenstrike and Blitzwolf are fantastic. Snarrow, yeah.
My actual name for Blitzwolfer was Dire Reverb.
And yours, Caleb, was
I don't even know why I called it this, but I called it Loop Powerly. I don't know, I probably put something in Google Translate somewhere down the line and came up with that.
Cool. Mine's Awoo.
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 Oh, fair enough. I get you. Okay.
Yeah, mine just came from like Dire Wolf and Reverb, but I just like.
I could go Uwu just to fuck with you.
No. That would be sacrilege.
It would be.
Anyway, the fastest alien, Jet Ray.
Alien X.
It's a tough from Alien X. Jet Ray was just cool. I mean, he's essentially a fucking fighter jet, a fighter spaceship. He's one of the ones here that is.
I didn't think he stand out. I didn't think he stood out as much.
When he went light speed, that's when I'm like, okay, this guy's fucking. The fact that he just goes that fast, I'm thinking, okay, this man is a good one. But yeah, other than that, that's the only real reason he's here, is because of that light speed. Yeah, that's it.
Literally one of the only times I really remember him is one of the times at the Forever Night Castle. Like there was a little raid that was happening, and he was Jet Ray. That's one of probably my strongest memories.
He outmaneuvered a fight like an actual fighter jet.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Jet Ray's one of those weird ones because I don't think he stood out as much as comparison to like something like.
He never got used in Omniverse.
Yeah.
He just never got used. One of the few aliens that never appeared.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a fucking massive shame. Like he didn't even appear at the end when Ben was absorbing the Big Bang and he was switching between all these aliens. He didn't even appear then, which a big fucking shame. But yeah, it is what it is.
It's a flying jet that can maneuver well and can shoot lasers.
I call Jet Ray.
It's one of those ones that I honestly think that should have gotten an Ultimatrix form.
Yeah, true.
Because it was also
Yeah,
one of like.
I've heard that's the reason, George. Yeah, that the creator didn't like fucking Jet Ray. So he didn't put him in.
That's a bit sad. I saw that meme, Alex.
Okay. So, I need to preface my name for Jet Ray with Accelerate's name. His name is Newm. Jet Ray is Newm with wings.
Fair enough.
I'm honestly surprised, Caleb, that Accelerate wasn't on your list.
I was tempted to put him on.
A Big Chill is cold with wings.
But yeah.
What's Stinkfly then?
My
Stinky. Okay. Didn't even care about its wings.
My Stinkfly name was Tombo. My Jet Ray name was Beacon.
Beacon, that's
Beacon, yeah.
Now, as I call him, Hijack. Upgrade is like a fucking legend. He's
Yeah.
he is unbelievably overpowered considering the time that the series takes place in. He literally lives. Ben literally lives in a technological jungle, and Upgrade can just become the technology and make it even fucking better.
As well with that, as civilization also advances, he can potentially become even stronger through the evolution of just technology. So he doesn't really need a power up. He doesn't need some sort of ultimate form because he evolves with technology as well.
The only problem he has, like Ben's Upgrade has, is he's actually nerfed.
Yeah.
Because actual upgrades, I'm pretty sure, can copy what they've absorbed.
Then you have
Or
ship.
copy what they've
Literally
become.
ship.
Yeah, ship. So he just became a ship, and then he can transform into a ship whenever he wants. Ben can't do that because he's only. I
think he is the weakness. Ben himself is the weakness of that ability. I think.
Because galvanic mechamorphs are a weird fucking
created race.
So the way he integrates into the species, I don't think it works. But yeah.
Also, malware was a cool addition to that.
Oh, malware, man, fucking love malware.
Because it's just like he's a virus.
Upgrade. I mean, it's always amazing seeing what happens when he upgrades certain pieces of tech. When he was hypnotized, he became a clock tower and made that clock tower become like a fucking helicopter, I think. And I mean, he has lasers that can that can occur anywhere.
Yeah.
Which is his eye.
And like literally out of like all of the original aliens, it was Diamond Ted and him who always felt the most unique to me.
Yeah.
Because Upgrade was a unique thing. Because you have what? You have Heat Blast, okay, fire. You have Forearms, Strength. Grey Matter, Smarts. Accelerate, Speed. Wild Mutt, Wildness. Stinkfly, Flight. Rip Jaws, Water one. Ghost Freak, okay, it's a ghost. And then you have like Upgrade and Diamond Head who did some weird, unique shit, especially Upgrade. And I love how it kind of did its shit.
Wild Mutt was sense. And hearing. Those senses.
Yeah.
When Upgrade
Sense.
melds with Clockwork, and he becomes they're both able to travel through time, and they're able to hold their own against Maltruant, which I think, in my opinion, is the strongest villain Ben has. Because Maltruant's fucked in terms of power. But yeah, that's fucking cool. The fact that he can integrate with other aliens, have tech with them.
The only thing is, I don't think his own Upgrade got a lot of personal episodes. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I feel like there was more personality between the other ones of the species that we got to find and meet along the way.
Ship and I forgot the other guy's name.
Yeah.
But yeah. But it was cool to see. It was cool to see their history and their lore. I think I feel like them and the Galvan got the most amount of lore when it came, or we saw more of them outside of Ben's aliens than other species, which I found interesting. What'd you call your upgrade?
My upgrade? My upgrade was called
Techno
Officy.
group.
Officy. I forgot why. That's Officy.
Mine's techno group, and I remember
Something
why.
like I assume.
That's true.
Celestial
George.
sapiens. A lot of them.
That's true. Yeah. But I still think the Galvan's got more because we just saw them fucking all the time
Yeah.
in Omniverse. Moving on to what I would call Titan. I don't call it Titan.
Titan.
That's a good name.
Waybig's fucking sick. I mean,
Ooh, I actually like my way big name.
his first transformation.
You don't want to hear my way big name.
His first transformation. Was
Oh
fucking
my god.
sick.
Okay, yeah, we'll continue. Way big's introduction. First time we showed up, just awesome. Oh, so cool.
He
Just
could fly.
just fucking.
Iconic,
He
yeah.
gets his omnitrix back. He gets it fixed by Azimuth, and Azimuth's like, "Here, try this one." And
Try this one on for size.
The shadow he just overshadows literally everyone, and he just grabs fucking Vilgax and just yeets him.
He did,
into
didn't he?
water. And way big is sick. You know, he's cool.
He's one of those aliens as well. Like, anytime he uses it, you know something's happened. Where he needs this sort of ginormous power. Also, isn't Waybig one of the aliens he lost when they tried to hack it?
Yes.
That was the funnest thing.
Yes.
When he lost Waybig.
Yes. And no, that was sick because what ended up happening is he lost it before the fight he had with Vilgax. And I think it was Gwen and Kevin, I think, they lured the Waybig to the fight, and that's when Ben appeared. He showed up and he absorbed Waybig. That was a cool scene.
Yeah.
And then Waybig's got an ultimate, which makes him even fucking bigger. He can fly.
He just turned into Superman, essentially, in my brain.
Yeah.
This giant motherfucker just turned into Superman. I'm like, okay.
And there's something about Waybig I wanna point out. All these different aliens, all these different powers have unique character designs that can really show exactly what they are and what they're about. I love that Waybig is just a really big cunt, but his alien design is still really awesome.
And
I love it.
Something that's not well known is that he's actually his weak point.
Pardon?
The little thing he has up the top of his head, the crest of his head, that's his weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And that causes a lot of pain. So that
But even still, getting to the head, it's like,
yeah, exactly. But even beyond just his big, there's a little bit more to him than just big man. But yeah, he's mainly fucking big man. And when he fights the other Toku stars in
he is the Mechazord.
in Omniverse, when fucking the incursions drop all the wild Toku stars on the battlefield, that's sick. That's that scene where he transforms, where he sends everyone away. He looks back, his hair waves in the wind, and then bang, fucking way big, and then fucking smashes the ever-living shit out of all the others. Fucking sick scene.
What's your name for Waybig, Alex?
Mine, I'm really proud of this one because most of mine were just shit and memes. But my name for Waybig is Summit.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alex saw my name.
I saw yours.
Mine is Tiny Man.
Tiny man.
I feel like ours should have been switched.
I would probably, no matter what, I'd probably make some sort of joke with Waybig where it's something small. I should have called him Piccolo.
I called Nanomech Piccolo.
No. I thought you didn't like Nanomech. You're saying you don't like Piccolo.
No, because I'm not naming it up. I'm not naming him after that Piccolo.
Oh, okay.
I'm naming him after the word Piccolo, which means.
Yeah.
Then we got feedback. We've already started talking about feedback, but I'll just reiterate. This guy fucking absorbed the fucking big fucking bang, and redirected it at fucking Maltruant, destroying him.
I should. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Again, a really cool power. Feedback was on my list, and a really cool power, really cool ability. I like how Ben viewed this one as a sort of drug almost, because he just felt like the power, the rush of electricity running through his body. He loved that feeling. He loved that jolt. I love that. I love how it's somewhat for a series, because obviously you can't talk about drugs. I like how this it kind of replaced it like a sort of drug within the system, but also a little bit wholesome. Wholesome drugs.
What a mad dog. And he's got a cool thing.
Yep.
Alright, moving on. So what we talked about? We talked about it. Clockwork. What did I call? Oh yeah, I think I called Time Lord.
I got I like my one actually. It's a TikTok. It's not bad. Not to TikTok isn't
I
ticking
know,
it.
I know.
Yeah, this was before that existed.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to change it now that I hear it. I hate it.
Mine is Toki.
We made this in 2019?
Yeah.
Bruh. It really was well before TikTok.
Mine's Toki. And Alex got
Turkey!
Yes.
Anyway.
Look, he's cool. I love time powers.
Nah, Professor Paradox is cooler.
I love time powers in general. They're so cool, especially when it comes to freezing time and moving and being up time, or even
Isn't this character in
Clockwork's
Paladins?
or even Clockwork's ability to see what happened in the past as a sort of detective sort of thing. But then he's balanced because he's not that durable and he's not that strong.
You'd think he'd be durable.
But,
looking at him.
Oh no, he's durable. Sorry, I shouldn't say durable. Not durable. What's the word? Fucking. He's not got a lot of stamina, so he can't run that far or fast. Well, he can't run that far, but he can, quote unquote, run fast by slowing down time. And
Wasn't there also some sort of time bomb with him or something?
Yeah. Okay. So he has a time ray which can reverse people, but the time bomb is his species. Mate, I assume made the time bomb.
Yeah.
And that can erase timelines, entire fucking timelines.
Yeah.
But Clockwork is actually able to reverse that after the fact, which is what he did. And this was a Clockwork that was actually, I think this was a Clockwork that wasn't. This was No Watch Ben that did it. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
That pulled it in. So this is something that they can do easily. Just reverse a fucking multiversal fucking effect, which is fucking fantastic.
Clockwork was he an ultimate alien? Was he an ultimate alien one?
Yeah, that's what I got up.
Yeah.
But
Because I feel like he got more uses in Omniverse.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And especially because of Maltruant
Yeah.
as well, we got to see more of that. Though Maltruant was, I think he was like a special, like a mutant of that race, so he was significantly stronger than Clockwork was. But it still shows you what they can sort of do, what Chronosapiens can sort of do, and I fucking love it. Again, fucking love time powers. And the fact that he can
I like how it's not overpowered.
Time power's done well.
Yeah. I like how it wasn't overused. He wasn't fully just powerful for the sake of being powerful. He felt something similar, more to akin like how Jet Ray does his ultimate super speed ability almost. And obviously stamina is a huge weakness for him.
Any other comments about Clockwork?
He has a face.
Not in particular.
He has a face.
And now we get to NRG.
NRG!
Guy called
this
Hunter.
this one probably would have been on my list, but I didn't want to double up too much.
Yeah.
I had enough, what was it? Ultimate Alien shits.
Yeah.
But NRG is the coolest one.
NRG.
His episode is probably like the most memorable for me as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but such a long name for him. Mine is, this armor isn't to protect me from you, it's to protect you from me. Which is also a cool concept as an alien.
Yeah.
If you
Mine's
think
just
about it,
mine's simple Fallout.
If you think about it, Gwen probably has cancer now because he hit her with one of his blasts, like full on, direct hit.
Yeah.
She probably has cancer now. Anyway, this guy is sick. I mean, just the fact that his suit isn't even him; it's his suit, and he has to have this suit. Otherwise, the people around him are fucked. They are fucked. Because he gives off this fucking radiation. Yet out of the suit, he is powerful. Like, he's literally radiation. The only way they could stop the other guy from running amok is they actually needed to get carbon rods and equipment specifically designed to take care of radiation. How many people have that though? Not many. So he's got a very specific power set that without it you cannot defeat this cunt. And even aside from that, the suit. I mean, the suit is pretty much.
So wait. So Wrath spawns in with no clothes on, but this man spawns in with an entire suit.
As if made him go like, yeah, this one needs a suit, and Raph just staring at his pecs. You don't need one.
Actually, Stereo's pick, I'm pretty sure it was a bit lower than that.
But yeah, and I mean, his suit's sick at. I mean, he's just this massive, like a furnace almost, with this thing inside. And when he shoots the beams out of the slots, he's literally held back.
Also, the accent and the voice acting.
Oh, the accent, yeah.
I love how he's just Russian.
And the fact that, you need like fucking Tatanite, the hardest material in the universe, to fucking get through his suit.
Mm.
Even though he falls over once and he falls out as a result. But yeah, no, he sick. What else can I say about him?
He's just cool.
Appearance-wise, I prefer he's like in his suit. He's just cool looking. But then, like, if he ever needs to, he can just go Kenpachi mode and say, hey, I'm not going to hold myself back. His suit is literally his eye patch.
Yeah.
If you would compare him to Kenpachi. Because it holds him back so much. Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the 10th episode, so do you want to go through all the names that we have?
For all the other aliens?
Yeah, just for a little special, because this is the 10th episode. So, obviously, we'll start with Heat Blast, which we already said. Mine's Incandesca.
Mine's Firestorm.
The Heat.
The Heat.
It's
Wild Mutt.
Which is not bad, actually.
No, it's not bad.
Well, I mean, shits. Walnut, what's your walnut?
I don't know, what is your Wild Mutt?
Mine is Hunter.
Mine is Good Boy.
Mine's Lycon Sanity.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually pretty proud of that one. Diamond Head. Mine was Paragon. I love that name.
Mine's Simple Diamond Armor.
Yeah.
Crystal Meth.
My Accelerate was probably the most stupidest and simplest one ever. It's just Velociraptor. Velociraptor. Just like, what else are you gonna call it?
Mine begins a pattern. Blitz.
Is it just Blitz?
Just Blitz.
Okay. What was Alex's?
For Accelerate Neum.
Oh, okay. That's one. Grey Matter. Mine was Exypnos.
Mine was pretty simple. It's IQ.
Midget.
Okay. Forearms.
Brawler.
Mine's
John Cena.
Of course it is Alex. Mine's Red Force.
Oh, that's good.
Stink Fly. Mine is Tombo.
Mine is Stink Bomber.
Stinky.
Alex's 2-year-old names. Ripjaw, as we already said. Mine was Nello.
Magikarp.
Phobia.
Oh, that's funny. Spooky.
Ripjaw. Wait.
We're going in different orders.
Mine has upgrade first before goes free.
Well then
I got
just
respect.
go whichever. Just go whichever.
Yeah.
I got it. Oh, yeah,
I mean,
no, upgrade is
we've already
faster.
said these ones before, so my upgrade is Arthasy and Ghost Freak is
Good.
Phantom Lord.
I got Techno Goop and Spooky.
I've got Hijack and Terror.
Those are good. Yeah, I got
Cannon.
Spooky.
Cannonbolt.
The
Liba.
Boulder!
Liba.
Heavy Blitz.
Here's the Blitz names. Wild Vine.
Human Trap.
Okay.
I got the roots of your problems.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one. That is
That's a... Mine's Creeping Green.
That's good.
Spitter.
I put Bile.
I just put Big Mouth.
I don't have anyone to spit actually.
Because this shows up like a little bit.
Yeah, I don't remember much.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
Buzz Shock.
Lightning Wisp. Z. Lightning Wisp.
Mine is Acid Blitz.
You got Blitz. Ah.
I have a Blitz one, but that's not the
mine's-
only one.
Mine's You Want Me?
Octaguana.
Freeze.
Blizzard.
Cold Cunt.
Blitzwolfer.
Beautiful, I should change his name. Lupoli.
Dire Reverb.
A Woo.
Upchuck.
Unending Hunger.
Puker.
Literal Vomit.
Of course. Snareo. I like my Snareo.
Rapper.
What's yours? Rapper.
Rapper.
Yeah. I like my one. Rightio, mummyo.
Right. And I've got Tutankhamun.
Frankenstrike. Mine's simple AC/DC.
Still alive.
Mr. Hyde.
Ditto.
The never-ending enemy.
Which is, I love the never-ending enemy. Like it kind of rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
I called mine Ganger after Doppelganger.
I named him Yes.
Okay. Way big. Mine was Tiny Man.
Yeah, my way big, my eye guy. Summit and Scope. Those are pretty good. I think.
Yeah.
Summit especially.
Tiny Man and Optic. Simple.
Wait, which one is this, sorry? Oh,
Way
right,
big and
right,
eye guy.
right. Always Watching and Titan.
Yeah, Titan's good too.
Swamp Fire. What are you doing in my swamp?
The heat with
Vegeta.
plants after heat plants.
Echo. Mine's
Sonic
Omen.
Doom.
Oh man.
I'm not saying mine again.
Good. Okay. Humongousaur. I just called mine archaic.
I think it's pretty cool.
I called mine Rex.
Called mine your mum.
Fair enough.
It literally wrote down your mum. On the 31st of October 2019, I wrote your mum for Humongousaur.
That's good. Jet Ray. I said Beacon.
Yeah, be cool. I got Nyum with wings.
I got slip space.
which is very cool.
Yeah.
Better than Yum with wings. Big Chill is cold with wings. Very creative.
Big chill.
Mine is the hidden chill.
Mine is so solid, and when you really think about it, it just works so well, Alex, doesn't
It
it?
does.
It's a reference, but it works so well.
Yeah, sounds cool.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know what
the boulder was a reference, but it still
sounds cool.
fits.
Chroma Stone.
Prisma.
Spectrum.
Gay.
Is that what you actually called it?
It says gay right there, yeah.
Okay.
I'm very confused at some of these, but that's what I wrote.
Brainstorm.
Higher intelligence.
Eugene Krabs.
I got Markiplier for some reason. Oh, Big Brain! The Big Brain meme!
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's Big Brain time. It's Markiplier, right?
Spider Monkey.
Entangle.
Mine just says Mr. Gibbons.
Mine says Peanuts.
Goop. I have a good name for Goop. My name for Goop is Slimy Slimy Bang Bang.
Mine is lesser bile.
So this little exercise was, if we had the omnitrix, this is what we name them. I'd still name it Goop.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Like, I got cold, I got the heat, I got scope, I got yes and your mum. I'm gonna name it Goop.
I like Slimy
It's
Slimy
Goop.
Bang Bang. Alien X, Alex and I had the same one. Buggy D Clown.
I changed mine. It was deal, and now it's deals,
Oh.
which is the Latin word for God.
Lodestar.
What the fuck was yours, Ethan?
Seduction.
Just look at what's his list of what?
What's your problem with my Lodestar?
We just zoom in so I don't just peek
Because
at yours.
it's essentially what Magneto. Seduction, come closer, move you.
Yeah, I got Magneto.
Yeah, fair enough.
I called mine a Tiro, which probably means something that I Google translated.
Yeah, probably. Wrath. Who's who?
Kitty. Kitty.
Wrath.
My
Who's
nano,
Dorian?
my nanomech's name is Chips.
I got Ant.
Hello.
Just an ant.
Just an
I love my water hazard name. I want to get to it. Which is next.
What hazard is next there?
My water hazard name is Slippery When Wet. I
Caleb, what's yours?
don't know what. I love
Sorry,
it.
what my water has it?
Yeah.
Cora Blast.
You wanna know what mine is?
Yes, that's what we're here for.
What are you doing to me, Steph Bro?
No, no, you're banned. You're banned from your own stream. Get out of here.
I forgot I wrote that. Terra Spin is Oogway.
You spin me right round, baby.
Whiplash.
NRG, Fallout.
Bunker.
This armor is to protect me from you. It's to protect you from me. I should abbreviate that.
Armadillo. Penetrate.
Tremor.
Jackhammer.
Amphibian.
Gale
Mine-
style.
Huh. Mine is
Moist.
Did you say moist?
I said moist.
Okay. Mine is juiced up. Frank, fast track, sorry.
Slow blitz. You can tell I did not like fast track,
You gave it the Blitz name.
but I
You-
get mad at slow, so.
Oh, you don't like fast track. Mine is shit Nyum. I got Nyum with wings, and this is shit Nyum.
Mine is Cobalt Blue.
Fucking actual name version.
I might as well give him a name. Clockwork Toki, we said.
Oh yeah, TikTok.
Time Lord.
Carmelian.
Hidden.
Which one were you looking at?
Carmelian.
Oh, Chameleon. Yeah, I don't have one.
Mine says only alive. I don't know why I chose that to be its name, but it's only alive apparently.
I get nothing
Eatle.
Beetle as well.
You skipped
Eatle?
Eatle? Eatle. My Eatle is Hera Nom.
I called mine Cruncher T.
Jury Rig.
Scrap Demon.
Mine's just Kid.
I got Fidget.
Alright, fair enough. Shock Squatch.
Amp.
I am.
Mine's just Static Shock.
I got Raikou.
Fair enough. Feedback. Trying times.
Tesla.
Zax.
Blocks.
Stack.
Mine is
I got-
Lego. Lego. Lego.
I got Duplo.
Gravitak.
Periapsis.
Breakdown.
Graviton.
Crash Hopper.
Blitz Crash.
Springy Arsehole.
I got Mantis. We're on the same one? Yeah.
Ball Weevil.
Boom Bug.
Bug.
I got nothing all the way up to the worst.
Alright, Walker Trout.
A fucking fish.
Mine just says fish. Pesky Dust.
Dreamhack.
Duster. Mole Starch.
Fucking mole.
If you don't have a stash, you ain't worth my time. That's its name. If you don't have a stash, you're not worth my time. The worst.
A fucking what?
The best.
I don't have anything for kicking away. Hang on, I want to think.
I got Chub, the worst.
You don't have
And
anything
the
for
other-
Kick
other
and
one-
Walk?
Only other one I have is Kick and Hawk, and then I've got nothing for the rest.
I have Kick and Walk.
Alright, I came up for one with Kick and Hawk.
Alright, what is it?
Blitz Kick.
Oh, fuck that.
Mine's Vagesh Chicken.
I've got Chop Sucky Chooks.
The Vagesh Chicken lives. Toe Pick.
Scared.
Mine's Boogaloo.
I was tempted to put Topic on my 3x3, actually, because I love Topic.
Astrodactyl.
I prefer Jet Ray. That's the name, my prefer Jet Ray.
Mine is Are You Lost from the Circus? Bullfrag.
Just came up with this now, but I like it.
What?
Blitzfrogger.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Mine is Sir Fistlick. Atomics.
Star Atoma.
Mine is Silver Gutra.
Breathe.
Mine is Perfect Potion. And last but not least, Vampire.
I have nothing for Vampire tonight.
I just said Dracula and left it at that.
Oh, actually, no, I got one.
Dracula.
Blood Blitz.
Yeah, mine's just Dracula.
Blood Blitz.
Fair enough. I know where you live. I will go over there.
Why?
I'll beat your ass.
Why?
I'm pretty sure
Blitzcon.
if Alex had to make names for some of these, like Walker Trout, he would just call it fish with legs.
Yes. Probably.
But yes, lots of fond memories of Ben 10. That will be our 10th episode. Next time, Dragon Ball review.
Yeah. Because by then we'll be up to date on Super.
What's this we you speak of? You mean you and Caleb?
We, as a collective, all three of us will all be.
Well, I am included in we.
And the appearance of my. Actually, I might do an Instagram post, in my story with me voicing Vegeta when I make that post tomorrow night. That's a good place to end the video. Thank you for Alex for burping. Thank you for watching. This has been the Kiln episode 10.
Arrivederci.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you to our viewers. We got some this time.
Yeah.